Hi, I'm Bob Dickman, and I'm a story coach. Written a book with Richard Maxwell called The Elements of Persuasion, and in it we talk about 5 elements, or 5 ingredients, essences, if you will, that help you tell better stories. And I want to talk about this amazing speech that Oprah Winfrey gave a week or week and a half ago, the Golden Globes, because she uses each of those elements. First thing is passion. When she walked on stage, she was so embodied that all of her essential energy was focused, and we could feel that. The audience was cheering her and laughing and having a great time, but she didn't really want that. She acknowledged them, and then with just 2 simple repetitive words, she quieted everybody. She just went, okay, okay. And with that, they all sat down and they were quiet. The next thing that she did was she established, what is this story about? Who's the hero? She was the hero. She established that by telling a very simple story. She anchored the story in time. It didn't happen anywhere. It happened in 1964. And where was she? She was a little girl, and she was lying on the floor, but not just any floor. It was a linoleum floor. It was specific. And those specific sensory cues help the audience, all of us, start to see pictures in our heads. Well, that unifies the audience. Suddenly, they're not judging, oh gosh, I hope she has a good talk, or what am I going to have for dinner, or what am I going to tell my agent? No, we're focused in on this storytelling process. We're seeing pictures in our head. We're all doing this together, and boom, there's a great power in bringing all of these diverse people into your story. Then what is the story about? What is the difficulty or the challenge? And here she weaves back and forth from universal to the individual. But basically the challenge is that we are all under siege. The truth is under siege. The media specifically is under siege. And what do we need to do? We need to tell the absolute truth. And what is that? What is the absolute truth? Is it something outside of ourselves? No. It is our own experience that only we can have. And when it's painful or when it's great, we have to be able to have access to it, and we need to tell others about it so that they can take the appropriate action. And we can understand what the heck is going on. But that process of telling the truth is under siege right now from a variety of different elements. So that is also what we need to do that will release or overcome that challenge. She's creating a new awareness. This is a teaching moment at that particular time. She's telling us what each of us needs to do in order to overcome that challenge. And then she weaves back into another personal story, a specific story, but this time it's not about her. It's about someone that I hadn't heard about before, and most of the audience, I suspect, hadn't heard about. Reese Taylor. This is a woman who just on a Sunday after church was walking down the road, and suddenly she was kidnapped and raped by 4 or 5 white men in masks. And those men never came to justice. So we're left with that sense of hopelessness, but then that changes because Reese Taylor told her story to Rosa Parks. And that 11 years later inspired the whole civil rights movement when Rosa Parks refused to give up her territory, her seat, to a white man. She went on, as you know, to get arrested and et cetera, et cetera. But that spark, with that Reese Taylor, who just died a few months ago at the age of 98, she sparked that whole process of understanding and orientation and what we need to do to overcome this difficulty. And finally, we're at a point where what changes? And at that point, Oprah says, a new day. A new day is coming. And that was so powerful that the audience once again rose up and cried and cheered, and I remember feeling that so deeply in my heart that no matter how bad it is, if we tell our truth, if we're committed to telling our own experience, and we're willing to do that even with people who don't understand it or don't feign interest in it, it doesn't matter. It's for us, and that brings us together, and that's a power that is transformative. Those are the 5 elements. Look at her talk. Thank you very much.